Hold up.
What's good, DK Nation? It's your boy Demonickiddo here, coming at you with a brand new patch update video. So as for this patch update, there's actually the new event, which is the Crystal Breaking Assault. Well, I don't think that's what it's called. That's what I nickname it. It's actually, whoop, that's not what it is. Fail. Go to notices. Hold up, give me a second. I'm like a newbie, haven't been recording and whatnot. It's called Crystal of the Sacred Altar. So pretty much what you do here, you end up attacking a crystal. I believe it's a dark crystal at the moment, and you're just trying to beat it and get the highest score and whatnot. And these are the gears that they offer from the metal exchange that you can do, and they're pretty interesting. They're pretty good. They allow you to pretty much help you proc your main. They'll allow you to proc your main slot a bit more, which can definitely really be useful for competitive play. So yeah, we actually got this new cowgirl spawn. Again, she's actually pretty good for this event, I guess. The weapons again aren't bad. The weapons are similar to the Athena weapons if you're such an old player like I am. They pretty much proc and give you cost back, I believe 5, which is really good. The defensive gear is fatal, which I could say would be more suited for archers, because again they care for fatal procs. You know, more procs they have, the better. Let's see what else. We actually ended up getting another Unison monster, which is the 35 cost one that came out. I low-key want to spawn for her, but again, I don't have the dough for it, and I'm not going to be spawning. But she's actually pretty good. I mean, I'm not sure if she is practically maybe roughly the same stats, maybe a bit higher than 35s. I can check now if anything, but this one says her max stats are 6,375, and again, she's 35 cost. What she does, she attacks, she casts reflection barriers, and she actually has like a new skill called locks wind unison attacks from all enemies. So in other words, if someone uses this monster, no one cannot use wind monsters, according to what this says. Again, it's not bad. It's kind of interesting. Of course, the effect can actually be mass refresh. So let's say if we end up doing that and the team has mass refresh, they can clear it, or pretty much any ability that can clear conditions, it will be cleared. That's something. It casts karma, stuns the enemy at the value of 80, which is kind of good. Increases the units engaged of all allies by 30 for 50 seconds, casting an awakening, and it hurts yourself so you can be awakened ASAP. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. She's definitely not a bad oh shit, who the fuck is calling me? Oh god, random ass. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm actually going to be doing one of the crystals. Well, I guess I can show you what I'm rocking. Wait, is this my set? No, this is my wind set. I have a bunch of monsters. Again, these are just my my light monsters, right? And I do have a CB bow with whatever thing. Ideally, this kind of thing, you need to at least have decent amount of light / star monsters if you're lucky enough to have a bunch of stars, and have a bunch of weapons that have that ability, like the light element, sorry, or the star element. So I'm gonna make a team. I'm gonna be looking for people. The number one gripe that I have about this event is because everyone and their mother uses King. Again, I understand King is good for the end round, but when you're gonna uni the first time you do this, do not use King. Ideally, you want either Romeo, Cinderella, Summer Valkyrie is alright, but not really. Romeo, Cinderella, Kenshin, I believe Aquarius. Let me see. Nope. The only reason why I'm kicking them out is because I don't know what they have. I want to know roughly what they have in their main slot. Like this one, I'm sorry. This one, nope. Like, showcase your monsters, especially if you're pugging. Showcase what you got. That's good. Like I said, Kenshin is good. That's the warlord. That's like the light up. And we also need at least like a Venus or my goodness, what's the thing called? Fuck. Luminous. That, oh my god. I'm gonna probably be here for a while. But that's the problem when you're pugging. I mean, of course, ideally you want a good team. Whatever, I'm just gonna randomly pug, man. Whatever I get, I'm gonna just run with it. Sorry about that. Let's see. He got King. Number one example. I bet you he's gonna use King. Another one's gonna use King. Whatever. He got Galileo. Whatever. I bet you $100 these three dudes are gonna use fucking king in the first round. This is a prime example what I mean. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna let it go just for the sample of this video. So ideally you wanna attack as much as you can on your crystal. Again, you're gonna be attacking until you have your unison, and then you're just gonna uni. I'm gonna Kenshin because, like, you know, they're not gonna Kenshin at all. I know they're gonna use king, and again, king doesn't help anybody. Like, there's one king, there's another king, and there's another king. A prime example of what you shouldn't uni the first round. Seriously, you shouldn't. Especially, again, I understand maybe you don't have any other good monsters, but I'm pretty sure you may have a Venus. Venus is much better than king when it comes to this event. Reason for it, because Venus gives off 8 elemental damage up. I'm sorry, 8 light elemental, which is much helpful than king. King only helps your ass out. That's pretty much it. The only reason I say king will be useful is towards the end, because that's what matters. You want to do the most damage as you can at the end, right? And king does 10 hits, so ideally that's like the smartest thing to do, to use king at the end to try to maximize your points. Again, this run is not going to be as high because, again, I only got one good, I guess 2 good unis, which was Kenshin and Galileo. But again, ideally you want either Romeo, Cinderella, Venus, or Luminous, which is like the light version of the I don't know, you'll probably figure out, or I'll probably put a picture or something. But ideally you want something like that. It's pretty crazy and stuff, but it is what it is. No one's in a uni. No one's in a uni. Okay, someone you need. But yeah, king ideally at the end is best to do. You should always try to uni at the end to get maximize your points. So I'm going second. You're gonna see my scoreboard. There it is. My scoreboard's gonna go up. Again, this is not my highest. I am trying to get more higher, but I'm just, like I said, making a video so you guys can see what this is all about. Of course, this is only for my class at the time being. I mean, of course, the same tips applies for your different classes. Again, like I was telling the Bay, personally, you cannot be top in every single one unless you're such a hardcore whale and all your freaking stats for your classes are top notch. Then maybe yes, you'll probably be top 10s or top whatever in every single damn ranking. But every quest is different, and if you notice, the only points I get, it's for me. It's not about my team or whoever does more. No, everyone is all about individual points. So even if you're running with a different people, whatever, it's all about your individual points. Maybe someone does higher than you, maybe some people does less. Maybe people use king in the beginning so you can get more points, but ideally it's not that good. You should wait to use king at the end. And again, if you don't have anything else, I'm pretty sure you probably may have something else. Like I said, Venus. I know maybe a lot of people probably got Venus, maybe they didn't really care for her. But yeah, I'll definitely probably put like a picture of which unis I'm talking about. I'm probably messed up in one or a few here and there. But like I said, ideally you want Romeo, either Cinderella, Venus, Luminous, Aquarius, and Kenshin. Of course, Kenshin is definitely the top priority. If it's between Romeo and Cinderella, well, I would say Romeo in a way, because he kind of does the buff and debuff at the same time. But if Romeo's on the round, Cinderella's a good sub. And of course, Luminous, because it actually, if double Luminous would be ideal. Of course, with a debuffer, Kenshin, and I think Aquarius, if I'm not mistaken. Because ideally, Luminous does 4 every element, and if 2 people carry her, technically speaking, since dark is weak to light and star, you have a total of times 16, which is way better than 10 and then plus 10 with the Venus. If you have 8 and then 4 from Luminous, which equals 10 because that's the max, and then the 4 extra. Ideally, you will want at least 2 Luminous, because again, that's the max potential you can have when it comes to elemental damage. But again, you most likely might have to set up a team. But if you are pugging, sadly, I would suggest you just showcase your monsters before you try to join, especially because some people just pug, or just try to build their AP. Again, I've sat, as you saw, I kicked a few people. I know at the end I should have kicked all those 3 king people, but whatever. I just want to show you in the video how it is when you try to pug. But again, if you have a good monster, ideally like one of those monsters, or at least, like I said, elemental, elemental up, it's better than king. King is only useful towards the end for more damage and more hits or whatever. but other than that, he isn't that great. He definitely either Venus or whoever has elemental buffs. Again, you never know. I don't know what you guys carry, but if you have something that's way better than King, showcase that in your main slot. And of course, so that people could know, oh, that's useful, that's not useful, whatever. Because again, if you want to aim high and whatnot, you kind of need those monsters. But of course, ideally, if you're going to be running, it's best that you set up a group. I know, right? Anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I do apologize if I somewhat rambled on and whatnot. Like I said, it depends for every class. I don't know. For me, I'm rank 8 in my class. Of course, in my other classes, I'm like rank 4, 4, 6. And Archer is a pain, yo. I tried it, like it's somewhat easy to get points, but it's so insane. And of course Berserker and Treasure Hunter, it's whatever. I need to do Mage, I need to do Lance, I need to do Cleric, I need to do Rook. I haven't done none of that. Again, I've just been focused on my pally and trying to figure out ways. And another advice I want to, I guess, give out. I guess it matters what abilities you bring for your classes. Certain abilities are way better than others. Some maybe hit more, some maybe hit less, or whatever. It's all about dealing damage. And yes, crystal weapons do make a difference. If they proc, they actually help you get more points. I tested it out without my bow, my CB bow, and I did see a difference. Oh, my weird ass accents coming out. But I did see a difference. So if you have any weapons, just use it. Like I kind of showcased. Well, that was a bad showcase. But if you look at my monsters, most of my monsters aren't for my set at all. I got Archer, I got Romeo, like, which is like Cleric, I guess. No, Mage stats, sorry. I got Kenshin, which is like Cleric stats, and you know. See? And I got this weakling right here. This is at least something. I mean, that's the enough cost I had, so I just did that. But anyways, hope you guys did enjoy this video. Take care and stay awesome.